Hi Libra, Libra rising. Let's get into 2026 and your yearly horoscope and astrology forecast. So there are many changes happening in the year of 2026. And in this video, I'm going to go through the major key changes in 2026, and then I'm going to get into the eclipses and your annual full moon and your annual new moon. So let's dive straight into it. Let's kick off with January the 26th, when Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions, enters your opposite sign, Aries. So we've already had a little sneak peek of this energy in 2025, but now it's going to move back into your opposite sign, Aries. And this is going to be impacting relationships because it's going to be in your seventh house. And the seventh house is relationships, marriages, committed partnerships, as well as this area of life can also rule over other people. Now, with Neptune here, Neptune is a very interesting planet because it's an energy that rules a couple of different things. On one hand, it rules over your sensitivities, it rules over intuition and dreams. You can get into psychic energy, but then on the other hand, it can also, and this is kind of like a contradiction, but it can also rule over illusions and rule over energies that are not so clear and kind of misty and foggy. But this energy's interpretation really changes in the seventh house because Saturn will also be joining Neptune on February the 13th in the sign of Aries in your seventh house. Now, Saturn is the complete opposite to Neptune. Saturn is about reality. Saturn is about authority and discipline and commitment and time. It's known as a very karmic energy because it can bring up a lot of things that you've been avoiding. So anything that you've been avoiding, especially in relationships, or if you have been kind of looking at relationships from rose-tinted glasses, or you have not set any strong boundaries in relationships, or if you have not really confronted the harsh truth of your relationships, this energy will bring up everything to the surface. Saturn with a Neptune in the seventh house, it can bring reality up to the point of where it can leave you, or it can leave the Neptune energy of you slightly disappointed. Now, that doesn't mean this is a negative transit or a negative energy. It's not. It's just gonna make everything just really real. It's gonna start to clear up any mist, clear up any fog or any confusion. Sure, when this energy enters, when Neptune enters Aries in January, there may be some confusion or lack of clarity, but when Saturn really settles into the seventh house, everything's going to become more serious in relationships. Now, you're one of the zodiac signs that's always going through some type of relationship transit, and that's because you're ruled by Venus. So Libras are very relationship dominated. Like, relationships are very important to you, and I often find that Libras are one of the zodiac signs that are always either in a relationship, or they're always attracting some type of romantic relationship into their life because you're ruled by Venus, so of course you are. Now, with Saturn in the seventh house, if you are in a long-term relationship, this could be like making your relationship more serious, really getting committed to each other. This could be a long-term commitment such as marriage, or you may even attract somebody that's very Saturnian or very Neptunian as well. So it really depends on your chart. It depends on your seventh house. It depends on what is already in your seventh house or what these planets are also aspecting and triggering in your chart. But it's making relationships very serious, and it's about seeing the truth of relationships, not sugarcoating relationships, not looking at them from rose-tinted glasses, but being very serious about them, being very aware, and being more disciplined in relationships as well. That's a key component with Saturn, and also becoming more wiser and becoming more mature, making your relationships more mature as well, okay? It's more than just the romantic part of relationships. It's about the boundaries, it's about the structure in your relationship, it's about the discipline in your relationship, it's about how much energy and time you're pouring into your relationships as well. Moving on, August the 25th, Uranus, a planet of innovation and change, enters Gemini. So it's re-entering Gemini, which means the focus is going to be on your higher mind. In the ninth house, it's about philosophies, wisdom, as well as travel. So you may find yourself looking up and researching just exciting things that really stimulate your mind. Your spiritual beliefs or philosophies may also change. You may also want to travel a lot or go on adventures. Uranus is about stimulation. So it needs constant stimulation and adventure, and that may be through travel for you. So there may be a lot of travel involved. June the 19th, Chiron, the wounded healer, enters Taurus. Now, Chiron is a planet that can reveal where we have experienced hurt or where there's pain or there's triggers or wounds. And it's going to be in the 8th house. So 8th house is about what you share with others. This could be shared resources. It could be shared finances. It could be intimacy. It could also be where you experience deep spiritual transformation. So with Chiron here, you can really do a lot of healing, a lot of deep spiritual healing. And this could be connected to all sorts of areas of your life as well, because ultimately the 8th house is an area of life that's very mystical, but then it has so many layers. It can be very complex. But with Chiron here, Chiron is a key to healing. Chiron is, like I said, he's known as a wounded healer. So any type of pain you've experienced, especially regarding the 8th house, masters of the 8th house, of sharing, anything you share with somebody, it could be the material, but then it can also be sharing intimacy with somebody, sharing emotions with somebody, sharing just life experiences. This energy can really help you to do a lot of deep spiritual transformation. June the 30th, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, enters Leo. Jupiter will be entering your 11th house of friendships, groups, social networks, acquaintances, and also hopes and wishes for the future. So this could be a time where you're really enjoying the company of others, you're hanging around a lot with friends, you're socializing a lot, you're very positive, you're having great experiences, and also you're focused on your hopes and visions for the future. Now, Jupiter is also an amplifier, so if you already have planets in the 11th house, it can also amplify that area of life. So that's an exciting change. It's moving out of your 10th house and moving into your 11th house. Now, also, we're going to have the nodes shift in 2026. So July the 26th, the North Node enters Aquarius and the South Node enters Leo. So the North Node will enter Aquarius, joining Pluto in the 5th house. So it's really exciting because the 5th house is a house of joy. It's a house of self-expression, creativity, pleasure, leisure. This is also where you find romantic relationships as well. So think of the North Node as a destiny point, the timeline where your higher self wants you to evolve and grow in. And the North Node in Aquarius means this is where you're also going to experience the eclipses. So you've got a solar eclipse happening in Aquarius on February the 17th at 28 degrees. So this could be the start of something new, an activation regarding this area of life. So when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to how you have fun, creative opportunities, creative possibilities, self-expression, how you experience joy, also romantic relationships, there could be something new that occurs here because this is a solar eclipse. And then we've got a solar eclipse in Leo at 20 degrees on August the 12th, and that's going to happen in your 11th house. So that can also activate your 11th house. Now, what's interesting is even though you've got the solar eclipse in Leo, which is a new beginning, a new shift, a new change in friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes for the future, you also have the South Node here, and the South Node has to do with letting go of the past. It has to do with evolving from the past. So any type of past issues associated with the 11th house, it's about moving away from them. But then also with Jupiter here and the solar eclipse, there could be this new change or new shift that occurs. We're also finishing up with a Virgo and Pisces eclipses. So March the 3rd, we've got a lunar eclipse in Virgo at 12 degrees. So that lunar eclipse is happening for you in your, I'm trying to look for where it is. It's happening for you in your 12th house. I don't know why that was so difficult. It's happening for you in the 12th house of the past, of past situations, sensitivities, your intuition, dreams, spirituality. So there's almost like this closure you can receive during this lunar eclipse, or something, a cycle comes to an end, or anything you've been navigating through, especially since the last year, 2025, this cycle is coming to its completion and ending, a finale. And then you're going to have a lunar eclipse in Pisces at 4 degrees in Pisces on August the 28th in the 6th house. So the 6th house is more about your routine, how your life is structured, habits, mind, body, soul, spirit, and also work. So you're finishing up this cycle as well. So all that you've been going through in 2025, that cycle is now coming to an end, and you will receive closure here as well. We also have your full moon happening on April the 1st in Libra at 12 degrees. So the full moon means that the sun will be in your opposite sign, Aries, in your 7th house, and the moon will be in your 1st house of Libra. So this is about you, life path, identity, life purpose, and also relationships play a huge part with full moon. So that's going to be in the limelight as well. And those that have Libra planets at 12 degrees, you'll feel this full moon the most. It could be some type of breakthrough or transformation you experience regarding 1st house and 7th house matters. And then you also have your annual new moon in Libra on October the 10th at 17 degrees. So those of you that have 17 degrees of Libra in your chart, you'll feel the manifestation of this much more strongly. But even if you don't have any planets close to that degree, it's still your annual new moon, which means this is a new start, a new beginning, a new cycle. It's a new moon, which means you got to be intentional because it's very strong and powerful and it's about creating. So that's happening in your 1st house, which is all about you and your life, your identity, life path, and purpose. So it's going to be a very special new moon for you. Now, this year we also have Venus going retrograde on October the 3rd. Venus goes retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, which means it's going to start off in your 2nd house of what you own, resources. This is about the material. This is also about your self-worth. So this could be working on finances, or it could be working on your values, working on self-worth. It could also mean working on creativity and relationships. And this is about slowing down and reflecting. And with Scorpio gives you laser sharp focus as well. So especially anything that has been hidden from you or anything that needs to be transformed. Venus retrograde in Scorpio can help you with that. But what's interesting is your ruler, Venus, will also re-enter your sign. So it will really make you reflect on relationships and do a lot of relationship healing. Now, this relationship healing can be about healing yourself first. It can be about focusing on yourself, your needs and wants and desires. And if you are in a relationship, it's about reflecting, looking at what's going well in your relationship and what needs more work. There could be some breakups, there could be some relationships from the past coming up, but it's about healing the heart chakra. That's what's important, expanding the heart chakra. And if you are in a relationship, is that relationship supporting you in that, or is it not? So it's going to be a very important time for those that are in a relationship during Venus retrograde. We also have Mercury retrograde happening in the water signs in 2026. So it's going to happen in Scorpio, it's going to happen in Pisces and Cancer. So that is going to be a very emotional time as well, but it's going to help us to really tap into our intuition to maneuver through that retrograde period. Libra rising, I'm wishing you all the best in the year of 2026. A lot of changes happening, a lot of relationship energy for you in the year of 2026. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the next year, and also your big 3. Leave a comment down below if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and also you can listen to these episodes on the go on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I'll leave the link down below, and I will speak with you soon in your January 2026 horoscope. Wishing you all the best. Take care.